Hello and welcome to the 2019 Longines FEI European Dressage Championships from Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Rotterdam was granted city rights back in 1340 and is known to this day as a thriving maritime port, in fact the largest port in Europe, but home this week to this equestrian extravaganza. The Grand Prix Special event sees the top 30 riders from the team event go head-to-head with the top 15 qualifying for the freestyle event on Saturday. Following on from Germany's dominance in the team event, Isabell Werth is undoubtedly the favourite for gold, and she'll be looking to add to her impressive haul of European titles. But these are the greatest riders in Europe, and anything can happen. For Isabell, the team event is a distant memory, with 2 events ahead of her.
Yeah, it's that's done, and I'm still very happy about the test and the way she was doing and celebrating herself. But now it's Thursday and a new day and a new game. We have a great showground. We have top facilities and conditions. So far, Bella is in a super mood, and I hope we can keep this through the week. First of all, I try to stay with both feet on the ground and feel what happens and how she is. And then I try to fix the best I can do and show the best I can show. Now I just think for the special, and then step by step tomorrow I start to think about the freestyle and to prepare this. But first of all, today is the focus. You start with nothing today. Everything can happen. It can change immediately. We've seen a roller coaster in the team competition and with the team medals, and so we keep our fingers crossed that we have no roller coaster, and we try to be focused.
For Patrik Kittel of Sweden, it was bronze in the Grand Prix team event, and he'll be looking for a place on the podium again. And he feels his horse will improve now that she has settled into her surroundings in Rotterdam.
She feels really well. I mean, she's done a super Grand Prix. She's been going really calm and really well here the whole time. Trying last year, massive success. And then coming here and you're like, okay, can we do this nice thing again? And she was just flowing through it. And I'm really looking forward now to the other days coming. It's actually the journey with the horses that is really a lot of fun. This whole thing of educating, you know, like with Welly, she was an incredibly sweet horse, but she's very sensitive, and now she's starting to get in trust, and she's starting to get calmed down, and she's starting to perform, you know, she's getting out of her shell. And that's actually a lot more fun than just the rest of the thing. The medals are all bonus, you know, that's a short happiness moment, and it's cool to take medals, don't get me wrong, but the whole journey with the horses and the whole process of actually getting here, that's the everyday fun stuff. I think I just, first of all, want to do a clean test, and then maximize what I can. And then, you know, just ride, have a good time. I often forget to actually, you know, enjoy being in there. I'm like, oh, can I be finished soon? And it's just enjoy it, you know, ride, be happy, proud that you're here, and then let's see how it takes you. You know, I know that my horse is good enough. It's not the question of not good or good enough, but it's just to get a confident test when the horse really shows you the power that she has in herself, and I just try to do as little as I can and guide her through it.
7th rider out was Henri Roost of Finland, riding Rossetti. His score of 75.228, a new personal best, and it'd be good enough to qualify for the freestyle, as subsequent riders failed to better his score. The home nation were happy when Hans-Peter Minderhood secured his berth in Saturday's freestyle, when he posted a score of 75.157. And it was a new PB for Great Britain's Gareth Hughes. Classic Briolinka helped him post a score of 78.085. Patrik Kittel also qualified for Saturday's freestyle event, but his score of 77.052 not sufficient for a place on the podium. So let's join the competition with gold medal winner from the Team Grand Prix, Jessica von Bredow-Werndl from Germany.
The first of the 4 for Germany, Jessica von Bredow-Werndl and TSF Delera BB. 9th in the Grand Prix on 76.8. We saw this combination at last year's World Equestrian Games in Tryon, North Carolina. a European team bronze medalist at Aachen 4 years ago, gold medalist here on Tuesday, and twice a podium finisher at the World Cup finals. Jessica has scored 79% on 2 occasions this summer.
Super flashy extended trot, really elastic, floating through the arena. Really nice posture and beautiful to see, and always with a smile on her face. I love it. She's always happy. Very nice forward tendency and good. Very nice passage, very active.
So 76 is what leads. Jessica has scored 79 on several occasions. It's very early days, of course, in the test. 81.4 at the moment.
Super passage.
And actually, Jessica, a couple of the German riders, I think, are going to have a little bit of a point to prove today in terms of their score, because they all slightly underperformed on prediction in the Grand Prix. Still good enough to deliver team gold, though, such as the quality. But we expected the margin to be a little bit more.
Very good passage there again. Really active hind legs and so nice in the frame and very good. I would like to see in the extended trot the same type of activity behind as in the passage. But yet again, of course, her body conformation, this is how her mechanics are, and wow, look at that into the passage again, really active. I was just about to say that I was liking more the quality in the 1 piece than in the 2 piece. Unfortunately, they had that mistake at the end.
And again, sadly for this combination, that is not unusual to have problems in that particular line of 1 piece in the special. Still holding her own, though, in terms of Juliet Remel's score, 76.8 on the card at the moment.
Really shows you how strong the German team is this year. With mistakes and very close to the 78% benchmark. Good.
A new leader, and again just showing the quality of the work, because it was far from error-free from Jessica von Bredow-Werndl, but it is still going to go into the lead by probably in the lines of 2%. And it is 78.541, so that is very much a qualifying score. The question will be, though, is she going to overtake any of the other 3 Germans, Dorothee Schneider, Sönke Rothenberger or Isabell Werth, and take a place in the freestyle. Well, qualifying through to the special, one of the girls in green of Ireland who secured their Tokyo Olympic qualification here during the 2 days of Grand Prix action. Irish Olympian Judy Reynolds, with her parents Joe and Cathrine Reynolds, Vancouver K. Equal 10th in the Grand Prix here earlier this week on 76.3, which was a new personal best, a new Irish national record. She was the first ever Irish athlete to progress to the freestyle final at an Olympic Games. First ever Irish athlete to qualify for and ride at a World Cup finals. Judy, and JP as he's known at home, ranked for a long time inside the world's top 25. Scored 75.894 in Aachen this summer in the Grand Prix Special to set a new personal best and Irish record in the special. But on Tuesday afternoon, Judy, she had to come in, and 72.5 was required for Olympic qualification. 74 was what we predicted for her, and it's what she'd been scoring all summer long. And she came in and she rode out of her skin and scored 76%.
What a special week it is for the Irish team. Very nice passage with a lot of elevation.
Just saw how smooth she was through that transition at the end of the long side as well.
Very nice trot half pass as well.
After that very, very busy period of passage and extensions, it's into the walk section of the program and sitting at the moment on 76%.
Good. He was getting a bit tight in the neck towards the end, but the changes were very powerful, and you could see Judy being pleased, patting her horse.
Yeah, well, it had to be, because again, a lot of riders, when you look at the record, quite often that's where the errors come.
Yeah, and every horse-rider combination has their exercises that are a bit more difficult than others for them, and as soon as you get through them without mistakes, it's a reason to be pleased and happy with your horse.
Irish journalist Paul Nolan texted me Judy's record scores, her Irish national records this morning, and it looks like I'm going to need them all week long here in Rotterdam.
It's a big week for Ireland.
Yeah, just to expand on what Juan's saying, the Olympic qualification as a team, it's the first time Ireland have ever qualified a full team in dressage for the Olympic Games. 3 of the riders here have been Olympians in their own right as individuals. Neck and neck with Jessica von Bredow-Werndl on the score at the moment. Equal 10th in the Grand Prix across all the judges. Actually, the president at sea for the Grand Prix, Isabell Werth, had Judy's test as the 4th best test she saw over the 2 days. What a test, what a result, what a week it is being for Judy Reynolds and the Irish dressage team. Today, as an individual, she is challenging for the lead at this late point of the Grand Prix Special with Vancouver K. A personal best and an Irish national record in the Grand Prix, and looking set to be a personal best and an Irish national record now in the Grand Prix Special for Judy Reynolds. And the evergreen 17-year-old Vancouver K. 78.252, its 2nd position, but what a score for Judy Reynolds.
81 from just at K, wow. She is happy.
Well, looking across to the Erasmus Bridge here in the centre of Rotterdam from the woods. A magical setting for this show. And Cathrine Dufour will hope for a little bit of magic now. Cathrine with Atterupgaard's Cassidy, the Danish Olympian with this horse. With Cassidy, she won 2 individual European medals, 1 special and freestyle bronze at the Gothenburg European Championships 2 years ago. And she's been twice a World Cup qualifier winner, Herning at home in Denmark and Gothenburg in Sweden.
Nice hold.
That'd be helpful because it's a while since we've seen anyone really start their test over 80%.
85, nice. 3 9s coming in from our judges. There's such a nice story behind this combination that we're seeing. They started back in the day with the young riders and then now are one of the main combinations in the world at the highest level. Big influencer as well. Always sharing about the spirit of positive attitude and the healthy lifestyle, of course, as well. Very important as athletes that we are. This horse has a very nice frame. I think always in front of her, soft in the contact, through. Very nice. They are gliding through the arena. For horses that their highlight is the Passage Piaf extended trots, the Grand Prix Special is a great test because they begin their test with a very high score, very good impression. Wow, very nice extended trot. Super. And when you start your test with over 80%, that's got to be a good feeling.
This is in a very, very good place for Cathrine Dufour at the moment, 80.5 as she starts the walk.
If she can keep it up there, we might have in front of us, one of the top finishers of the day. Very nice beginning of the Piaffe. Uphill, soft in the contact, super. Slight loss of rhythm there in one of these strides of the Piaffe, but powerful passage out.
I just tell you that the bronze medal that she won in the special 2 years ago, the most recent European Championships, was won on 79.7%. I mean, I fully expect our 3 medalists this week to be in 80%.
I think so too. We have a lot of quality riding ahead of us, with top quality horses, and yeah, it's going to be now very interesting. Good.
And of course, exactly the same situation persisted 2 years ago. Cathrine won her bronze medal up against all 4 German team riders.
Super flying changes. Straight. Completely symmetrical, left and right. Sometimes we see one lead being of a better quality than the other, and here is completely identical. Top. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
Ten from the judge at sea, the president today for the 110 piece.
Can she do it? I wonder if she can repeat again this year. Medal. The fight for the medals.
Well, by going over 80% in this test, only 2 of the Germans managed to go over 80% in the Grand Prix. Sönke Rothenberger, though, could easily have done. He was disappointed, I think, not to.
Wow,
so
what a pirouette.
she has big challenges.
I'm getting goosebumps here. Music, the quality.
Pushing it up towards 81. Come on, Cathrine, keep it going.
She can do it. She can do it. Great pirouettes, multiple 9s on the 110 piece. Are we looking at a new personal best? I think this could be it. Flawless. Depending on whether she gets a big Piaffe score, I think we could get closer to the 82. Come on, Cathrine. Outstanding. What a test.
A fantastic performance from Cathrine Dufour and Atterupgaard's Cassidy. Just look at that reaction. She knows how well she's done. Is it enough to put her back on the podium 2 years later? There's all of her team supporting her. Anders Dahl, Nederkirk, Tingard. It certainly felt for a while, and when you looked at this on paper, like we were looking at an all-German podium. Cathrine Dufour disagreed with that entirely.
Amazing.
And riding for what certainly has to be a new best in the Grand Prix Special. Cathrine Dufour on 81.337 becomes the one to beat here with just a half a dozen to go. in the Grand Prix Special individual final of the Longines European Championships. Well, a combination that was second in the individual classification of the Grand Prix, part of the gold medal winning German team here on Tuesday afternoon. Dorothee Schneider with the Sandro hit 13-year-old Showtime FRH. Team silver medalist at London, 7th in the freestyle on that occasion. Team gold and individually 6th in the freestyle with Showtime at the Rio Olympic Games. Dorothee won the Grand Prix in the 5-star at Munich this year and was second in the special at Aachen on an 83.6. So on paper, about to start their test is our new leader. But there are 30-some movements to be judged by 7 judges here.
Oh yes. Anything can happen. Everything is on the table. Definitely one of our medal contenders. But let's enjoy the show first. It's showtime.
Yeah, and if she does score an individual medal here today or on Saturday, it will actually be Dorothee's first individual medal at a major championships, having contributed to so many team performances.
Oh, wow. That surprises me because she's definitely one of the big masters of this sport. Definitely the highlight of this combination is the passage work, always getting close to the 10. Many, many 9s for the transitions, and not so much more you can ask for.
No, but again, when you find yourself at 89% running total, you need some amazing scores to stay there. You see it very quickly comes down to 86.9.
Funny thing is that for these riders, these rider-horse combinations, an 8 or a 7.5 is an expensive score.
Yeah.
Whereas for the normal riders, right, the other average riders, a 7.5 is a great score. So far, I'm liking much more the attitude in the Trot Tour and the Special than in the Grand Prix the other day. I think Showtime is much more through in the work with a better contact and with pushing more from behind. 2 10s for the Passage. Nice.
If you think there are some missing faces on the kiss and cry, I can tell you that it's because the 3 German riders yet to come, Dorothee, Sönke and Isabell, are coming one after the other. It's not that they don't like Dorothee, they're just having to work with all of their riders at once.
I was having that same thought as well, just as you said it. Nice correction there from Dorothee before the flying change. You could see that she first wanted the straightness before asking for the flying change. Nice. I think we could have had a bit more ground covering there in those flying changes, a bit more throughness, but there was so much quality and with such a nice frame that the scores, I'm sure, will also be high. Oh, she lost the stirrup. And she didn't make a mistake.
See what comes in on the score. I tell you, at 85.4, the 83 she scored this summer at Aachen was the best that they'd ever done in the special. She gets 7.5s as a best mark across 4 judges for the 15-1 Tempes. I think she might get a mark or 2 uptick in her rider score at the end, though. But you know what? How straight is that in terms of the judging? Because the judges are going, those that can see it, oh, she's lost a stirrup. And they're still going, okay, the quality of these flying changes is 7.5. I have made my judgment. I was like, that is incredibly straight, and it's incredibly looking to the quality of the movement, which is what they're required to judge.
Right. Yeah, and that the horse is listening to the aids, you know, even though there was that little hiccup, she was still able to get the changes without no major problem, and I don't know, I would be impressed.
Yeah, come on, Dorothee, let's get this back to 85 if you can.
Wow, top extended trot.
Again, it seems very likely we're going to be looking at another personal best set in today's Rotterdam Grand Prix Special.
Super passage there. Maybe the best one yet. Perfectly on the vertical. Elevation, suspension, I mean, perfect. Really nice piaffe.
5 10s, 2 9s for the passage.
Told you. I knew it.
The 10 also coming in for the piaffe as she builds up towards her final halt. Dorothee Schneider is going to go into the lead, into a potential individual medal position for the first time in her career, and going to do it on a personal best. Dorothee Schneider and Showtime, FRH.
Super halt too at the end of her test. Sometimes with all of the excitement building up, that last hold, we all get a little bit carried away with our emotions and we just keep going. But nope, that was a nice hold.
There it is, 85.456. The leader of the Longines FEI European Championships is Germany's Dorothee Schneider on a new personal best.
And well deserved.
Puts some 4.1% between herself and Cathrine Dufour. One of the only riders to score over 80% in the Grand Prix here on Tuesday, and Dorothee then goes further to score over 85% in this evening's Grand Prix Special. Sönke Rothenberger and Cosmo, 79% for third in the Grand Prix the other day for the member of the German Olympic gold medal winning team from Rio. And interestingly, again, 3 years ago in Rio, Sönke was the rider who had to sit out the freestyle. He had the score, but the National Federation limit kept him out.
Yep, they were just getting started, right? Just getting started with their journey in the Grand Prix as one of the most successful combinations in the world.
Easily could go over 90% in the freestyle here on Saturday. Could easily challenge Isabell Werth for the European Championship on Saturday in freestyle.
He can do it. As long as Cosmo remains focused on his rider, Sönke, and they are mistake-free, and Sönke is able to ride to his full potential, I think we can have an exciting freestyle battle.
Both of Sönke's parents were dressage Olympic medalists for the Netherlands, but he and his sister have always ridden for Germany.
runs in the family.
Yeah, and he's a dual-purpose rider as well, a medalist at jumping. So steadily over 80% at the moment, but of course Dorothee Schneider was quite far ahead at this point. I mean, in a way, we're incredibly lucky to be able to see this combination again after there was a heartbreaking fire at the Rothenberger's yard this spring.
Yeah, that was very, very sad, and the entire equestrian community was moved by it, and there was a lot of people supporting. And
so again, between Dorothee Schneider and Sönke Rothenberger's score, there is Cathrine Dufour, 81.3. She's still in the mix.
can't afford one single more mistake because they are really
as
close.
good as neck and neck, yeah. And
Good
that
extended canter.
by they,
Ay.
we were talking about Sönke and Jess van Bredow-Werndl.
Very expensive. And again, a mistake there in the 110 piece. The last flying change.
Just to remember, for Sönke Rothenberger, the score he needs to overtake isn't Claudia Castillo-Ruiz's 74.407. It's Jessica van Bredow-Werndl's 78.5, because there are going to be 4 German riders with scores that would put them in the freestyle. And only 3 can go through.
It's going to be close because that last central line was really top quality, but was it enough to overtake his teammate rider Jessica? I don't know.
Finishing their test, Sönke Rothenberger and Cosmo. Not the test and the score we expected to be calling for this combination, with Sönke Rothenberger and Cosmo trending at 77, 78%. And now we can nearly watch and wait to see whether Jessica van Bredow-Werndl or Sönke Rothenberger will be the German qualifier for the freestyle, assuming, of course, that Isabell Werth triumphs here this evening and certainly scores better than either Jessica, Sönke or Dorothee. And the score's in for Sönke Rothenberger, 78.115, and that is behind Jessica van Bredow-Werndl. It goes into 5th place behind Judy Reynolds. So, at the moment, Dorothee Schneider and Jessica van Bredow-Werndl will both, for sure, come back and qualify. Sönke Rothenberger has to wait and see whether Isabell Werth gets the score we would expect of 78.117 or better. The most successful Olympic equestrian of all time. 5 Olympic Games, 6 Olympic golds, with team gold on every appearance and the individual title in 1996. 8 world golds, 5 times the World Cup champion. She's been individual and team European champion on multiple occasions. And after the special at last year's World Equestrian Games, she's the reigning world champion as well. With Belarus, she won the Grand Prix, the Special and the Freestyle at Aachen this year. She's the world #1 ranked horse and rider combination. 86% was their score in Tryon last year, and they need that kind of score to overtake Dorothee Schneider and keep the pressure on Edward Gahl, Daniel Bachmann-Andersen still to come.
I thought that was a good extended trot. Usually her extended trots are not her best exercise, but I thought that was quite good.
Again, it's that relative value, because for what she needs, it still wasn't good enough, but it did score high 7s.
Exactly. Always soft in the contact. You can see the reins really coming and going, and the frame perfect, nice and long, and then there again back for the passage, and a masterpiece. I wonder how she does it, to always be so competitive, so hungry for more and even better and better.
3 horses inside the world's top 10 to win the freestyle in the 5-star at Aachen on the day of her 50th birthday.
Second to none. She's like the Cristiano Ronaldo of our dressage sport.
He hopes to one day be the Isabell Werth of football.
Super transition. It's perfect.
The short end passages are getting 9s and 10s.
Very relaxed, extended walk.
Johnny Hildebrand, Monica Theodorescu, watching every move.
Wow. Thank you, Isabell. That's dressage at its finest. I mean, it's perfect. All 10s. See? Mic drop. Wow. Super. Super. This piano music really suits, I think, the beauty of the harmony and the relaxation and the softness. And
Interesting, at next year's Olympics for the first time, the riders will be asked to submit their own music for the special. I wonder whether it will be necessarily as good.
I doubt it. I mean, hey, we have a top DJ right here.
Still 4 or 5 movements so far that have scored 7.5 rather than 9.5, so you're not seeing huge variation here. You don't see Isabell climbing and leaving Dorothee Schneider far behind.
Well, we do have to remember that Dorothee did a super job too. I mean, she had an outstanding test. So she's not making things easy for Isabell. And we also should remember that they had a very close finish in Aachen. They were very close from each other. Good.
Still just out in front. Whatever about there's no place to hide with 7 judges around the ring. Looking down at that first pirouette from the cable camera here in Rotterdam, really just, you can see all the different variations of how these are ridden, how the horse sits and turns around that inside hind. A few more 9s and 10s maybe on the final centre line could seal this deal, certainly in terms of Dorothee Schneider. Six out of 7 judges give 10 for the passage before that piaffe. I think Dorothee Schneider can look at no better than silver.
She's done it again. Oh, man.
Oh, what a night. Isabell Werth and Bella Rose here under the starlight of Rotterdam. They make it happen because Dorothee Schneider on 85.4 made it difficult for them, just like they had made it difficult for Isabell in Aachen this summer. But the queen of dressage, Isabell Werth, has very, very likely done it again. .86.520, Isabell Werth and Bella Rose storm into the lead here in Rotterdam. Surely that has to be enough to give Isabell Werth yet another European title. This has been just one marker laid down with people chasing it after another, with Isabell Werth taking the gold, Dorothee Schneider the silver, Cathrine Dufour taking the bronze. Isabell and Cathrine repeating their positions on the podium from 2 years ago in Gothenburg. Dorothee Schneider amazingly winning her first ever individual championship medal.
No, it was so great, unbelievable how great she was. It was super to go in with after Dorothee was 85%, and then Bella was so focused, and I don't know, but the Piaf Passage was, I think she could get a 12 today.
We come together so near, and yeah, we enjoy it together to be here on the European Championships, and such an amazing test. I have no words for that. It was such an amazing feeling, and I'm totally happy.
This is crazy. Like, if you can dream it, you can do it. But like, today was just an amazing feeling riding in the ring. Cassidy, who was just on spot. And I'm so proud of Cassidy and the whole team. It's just, wow.
So one competition to come, Saturday's freestyle event. And who's to say it won't be a third European dressage medal for Isabell Werth this week, to go along with her incredible European collection, which started in Mondorf, Luxembourg, back in 1989.